From the very first second this story surfaced, people knew something was off. Not normal off, not marriage fight off, but dark, hidden, whispered in hallways off. The kind of off that makes even political insiders clutch their phones like they're holding classified evidence. And tonight, that uneasy feeling has exploded into full-blown chaos because what Charlie Kirk's own parents allegedly revealed about Erika is the kind of revelation that shatters reputations, fractures alliances, and makes the entire conservative world question everything they thought they knew. This isn't some cute influencer misunderstanding. This isn't a marriage rough patch, no, according to people who were actually in the room. Erika's influence over Charlie wasn't gentle guidance, it was pressure, control, and a level of manipulation that sounds like a politician's version of a hostage negotiation. And right when the whispers started bubbling, Candace Owens stepped in. She didn't say Erika's name directly, she didn't have to. One pointed statement, one explosive comment about wives who control narratives, and the internet did the math faster than a TikTok detective. With caffeine and free time, tonight's story isn't just a scandal, it's a detonation. And Erika is right in the blast zone. From the outside, Charlie Kirk always looked unshakable. The confident public speaker, the polished conservative figure, the guy who could argue anyone into a corner and walk out without a wrinkle in his suit. But behind that stage-ready persona, something darker had been brewing for years, long before the internet ever caught the scent. And according to the whispers spreading like wildfire, everything starts with one chilling claim. Erika wasn't just influencing him. She was controlling him. People close to the family say the warning signs didn't come all at once. They came in waves. Charlie grew distant at family gatherings. He avoided certain questions. His replies sounded rehearsed, like someone had written them for him. And every time Erika walked into the room, his entire energy shifted. Not the normal "my wife entered the room" shift. This was the kind of shift you see when someone's boss arrives. Or worse, someone they fear. His parents kept their concerns to themselves at first. They chalked it up to stress, travel, the constant pressure of leading a political empire. But deep down, they knew something wasn't right. The spark in Charlie's eyes was fading. His jokes felt forced. His confidence felt brittle. And his relationship with his family slowly crumbled under a weight he refused to name. The turning point happened months ago, at a private dinner that no one outside the family was ever supposed to hear about. According to someone who later leaked the details, Charlie showed up looking exhausted, distracted, and strangely tense. His parents said he looked like a man who hadn't slept in weeks, and his eyes carried a heaviness they had never seen before. When his mother gently asked, "Is everything okay?" Charlie froze. His voice cracked. His hands shook. And instead of answering, he whispered a sentence that hit the room like a cold wave. "I can't tell you," he said. "She won't let me." Those 5 words flipped the entire atmosphere upside down. His father recognized the fear instantly. It wasn't stress. It wasn't overwork. It was pressure, heavy, manipulative pressure. The kind of pressure that doesn't come from a job, but from a person. From that night forward, everything began to unravel. His parents said Erika inserted herself into every decision Charlie made, both personal and professional. She monitored phone calls, controlled what he posted, decided which interviews he accepted, even restricted what family information could be shared. It was less supportive wife and more private PR manager with total access. Insiders described the shift as frighteningly sudden. Charlie's personality changed. His tone changed. His daily routines changed. Every answer sounded scripted, to polished, to perfect, the type of perfection that screams someone else wrote it. His parents were so alarmed that they started keeping written notes. Not rumors, not assumptions. Actual logs of dates, conversations, strange patterns, emotional changes, and moments when Charlie behaved like a man under tight surveillance. The moment everything exploded was during a visit no one outside the inner circle knew about. To his parents, Charlie looked hollow. His walk was stiff. His smile was tight and gone within seconds. And when Erika walked in behind him, placing a hand on his arm with an authority that felt more commanding than affectionate, his parents exchanged a look that said it all. Something was deeply wrong. Small talk didn't last long. His father asked if he needed support with anything, and before Charlie could open his mouth, Erika cut in with a smile that looked more like a mask than a gesture. "He's doing great," she said. "We're managing everything perfectly." Charlie said nothing. Not a nod. Not a word. Just silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. His mother asked a question that cracked the entire night open. "What exactly are you making him do?" The temperature in the room dropped. Erika's expression hardened. Her eyes sharpened like she'd been waiting for this moment. "Excuse me." She snapped at his mother, didn't back down. Her voice trembled, but her conviction didn't. "We're not blind. He's scared. He's hiding something. And it feels like you're forcing him." Tension snapped like a wire. Erika launched into a tirade about them meddling, interfering, sabotaging, and ruining their marriage. Her accusations flew like daggers. But what shook everyone wasn't her words. It was Charlie's reaction. He didn't defend her. He didn't defend himself. He didn't say a single word. He stared at the floor, jaw clenched, tears forming. His father stepped closer, voice stern and breaking. "What is she making you do?" Charlie's wife snapped. "Don't answer that." Her voice dropped into a low, threatening tone that made even the walls feel like they were listening. His parents waited. Charlie trembled. And then, finally, he whispered the sentence that cracked his parents open. "You don't understand. If I don't do what she says, everything collapses. She has things. She keeps files. She keeps receipts." His mother gasped. His father went pale. But this wasn't even the peak dot when they demanded proof. Charlie pulled out his phone with a trembling hand. He opened a hidden folder. Hundreds of items, screenshots, voice notes, instructions, threats, emotional manipulation typed out in black and white. One message shook his parents the most. "If you don't follow the plan, you'll regret it. Don't test me again." His parents broke down. Even they couldn't believe how deep this went. But the worst part was still ahead, because according to insiders, this wasn't just emotional pressure. This wasn't just relationship control. This was a strategy. Charlie confessed that Erika pushed him into making a political decision that blindsided people he'd worked with for years. A move so disruptive, insiders describe it as career-altering. And he didn't do it willingly. He did it because she held leverage, screenshots, recordings, private information she could unleash if he refused. And just when his parents thought the nightmare couldn't get worse, Charlie dropped the next bomb. "She records everything," he said. "Every fight, every conversation, every mistake. She keeps it all." His parents were horrified. This wasn't a marriage. This was surveillance with emotional blackmail on top. The moment the truth leaked from an insider who witnessed the aftermath, the internet erupted. Anonymous accounts started dropping hints. Reporters began poking around. Conservative circles whispered about a storm coming, and the message that spread like wildfire across private group chats said everything. "We saw what she made him do. We heard it with our own ears." But the biggest question echoing through every timeline, every podcast, every group chat was the same. What exactly was the plan she forced him to follow? And why are so many people terrified for it to come out? Because according to Charlie's own parents, the darkest part of the story hasn't been revealed yet, and the next twist is the one that could shake the entire political world to its core. The second the leaks hit the internet, the entire conversation flipped from "Is Charlie okay?" to "What in the political telenovela from hell is going on here?" The whispers about Erika's control weren't whispers anymore. They were trending hashtags, viral stitches, emergency podcast episodes, and meme accounts working overtime like they were being paid per reaction. The scandal wasn't growing, it was mutating, evolving, becoming something bigger than anyone expected. Twitter erupted first, because of course it did. Anonymous accounts started connecting dots nobody asked them to connect. Threads labeled Erika Timeline Breakdown popped up. People dug through old interviews, old speeches, old awkward moments where Charlie glanced off camera like he was waiting for permission to speak. TikTok detectives zoomed in on his micro-expressions like this was a hostage psychology exam. One clip went viral where Charlie paused mid-interview, looked to the side, then changed his answer completely. Overnight, millions of viewers started screaming the same thing in the comments. He looked at her. He waited for her. Oh, it's real. But the chaos really kicked in when someone allegedly leaked a blurry screenshot from Charlie's secret message folder, the one he showed his parents. The screenshot showed a message that read, "Follow the plan. Don't question it. Don't make me use what I have," 7 words. And the entire conservative ecosystem combusted. People were no longer asking if Erika was involved. They were asking how involved. How deep? How many plans? How involved? How deep? How many plans? How much leverage? And most importantly, why the Chief of Staff suddenly started trending in the middle of all this. Because according to the online rumor mill, the plan Erika allegedly forced Charlie to follow wasn't just about family or image. It was political, strategic, coordinated. Insiders started whispering that the move Charlie made, the one that shocked everyone, wasn't his idea at all. It came from her. More specifically, from her and someone she was supposedly messaging privately. That's when the internet locked onto one explosive theory. Erika wasn't operating alone. In minutes, TikTok turned into an investigative crime lab. Reddit became a digital CSI board. YouTube thumbnails went from Charlie Kirk exposed to who is the secret puppet master and the TPUSA power triangle. And when people started noticing that the TPUSA Chief of Staff suddenly went silent online, the theories spiraled like a tornado in a trailer park. The memes? Brutal. One showed Erika holding Charlie like a ventriloquist dummy. Another showed the TPUSA Chief of Staff as the mysterious man behind the curtain. A third meme read, "Free Charlie before Erika and her alleged vault drop Season 2. But the memes were nothing compared to the reactions from influencers, commentators, and public figures who usually stay far away from internal conservative drama. A popular podcaster tweeted, "If these screenshots are real, Charlie hasn't been speaking for himself in years." A political commentator posted, "This isn't manipulation. This is a full-blown power structure disguised as a marriage." Then came the actors. The comedians, the streamers, the people who learned about politics through memes and TikTok headlines. "The audio clip gave me chills," one actor wrote. "Blink 3 times if you need help, Charlie," a comedian tweeted. But even that wasn't the peak, because just when the internet thought it had the whole scandal mapped out, a 7-second audio clip leaked, allegedly Erika's voice saying, "You'll ruin everything if you don't listen. Don't test me, Charlie." 7 seconds. No context. No verification. Didn't matter. The internet exploded like someone lit a match in a room full of gasoline. Reaction channels dropped 20 videos in one day. TikTok slowed the audio down, claiming to hear footsteps, breathing patterns, door creaks, and the sound of someone pacing in the background. People were arguing about decibels like they were FBI sound analysts. But what really threw the story off a cliff was the sudden panic inside political circles. Influencers who once posted smiling selfies with Charlie now dropped cryptic quotes like, "People change, protect your peace. Sometimes silence is survival." An insider went live on Instagram, clearly shaken, saying, "You don't understand. If what his parents said is true, then the last year wasn't him at all." Then came the alleged staffer leaks, anonymous messages claiming Erika was always present, always hovering, always stepping into meetings she didn't need to attend. Someone wrote, "We tried to reach Charlie privately, but she blocked everyone. He wasn't allowed to talk to us unless she was in the room." But the most insane twist, screenshots allegedly began circulating claiming Erika kept a second vault. Not just recordings, not just threats, not just messages, but names. Names of people she coordinated with. Names of people who allegedly helped shape the plan. Names of people who supposedly knew Charlie was under pressure. Reddit went nuclear. Twitter went feral. Telegram groups hit thousands of members overnight. One Redditor posted, "If this second vault is real, then Erika is the most quietly powerful woman in conservative politics." Then, right when the storm reached peak insanity, a burner account appeared, the same one that posted the first eerie warning. This time, the message was different, short, chilling. Charlie wasn't the only one following instructions. The internet lost its collective mind. If there was more than one person under her influence, then this wasn't a marriage scandal. It was a network, a coordinated structure, a political ecosystem built on leverage and silence. People began pointing fingers. Former allies went quiet. Others deleted old photos. Some even locked their accounts entirely. Then the burner account dropped another line, the line that created the biggest online earthquake of the entire scandal. The second recording includes a name, not Charlie, not Erika, not the parents, a third name. Someone powerful, someone nobody expected, someone allegedly tied to the entire operation. Political Twitter had a collective meltdown. YouTube channels hit go live like they were launching NASA missions. Comment sections turned into digital riots. Conservative circles whispered about emergency calls and frantic damage control behind the scenes. But the final shock of Parta came from an insider voice note spreading in private chats. A shaky voice whispered, "The reason Charlie's parents are speaking out now isn't to save him. It's because they're scared of who she's connected to." When that note leaked, the story went from messy to monstrous, from scandal to conspiracy, from marriage drama to political suspense thriller. And suddenly the internet wasn't asking, "Is Charlie okay?" They were asking the question everyone was terrified to speak out loud: if Erika has a plan, who helped her build it? The moment the rumors about a third name surfaced, everything shifted. This was no longer just Erika allegedly manipulating Charlie behind the scenes. This was no longer about one wife, one marriage, or one vault of receipts ready to detonate an entire political brand. Now the question tearing the internet apart was bigger, darker, and far more dangerous. Who else was involved? Because according to every insider whispering through encrypted chats, the second recording didn't just expose emotional control. It exposed a connection, someone allegedly working with Erika, someone she supposedly reported to, someone who benefited from whatever plan Charlie was forced to carry out. And the mere idea of a hidden mastermind sent shockwaves through conservative spaces like a power outage in a skyscraper. As the whispers grew louder, alliances began collapsing in real time. Influencers who built their careers beside Charlie suddenly distanced themselves like his reputation was radioactive. Podcasts that once celebrated him started doing neutral tone episodes. Commentators who guaranteed their loyalty began posting cautious statements about not knowing what's true anymore and waiting for clarity. The silence from TPUSA was the loudest part. No statements, no denials, no clarifications. Just a cold, suffocating quiet that told the internet everything it needed to know. They were scrambling. They were panicking. They were terrified. Then came the ripple effect. Political events tied to Charlie were suddenly postponed. Collaborations were under review. People he had mentored unfollowed him. Completely. It wasn't a drift, it was a stampede. Everyone was running from the fallout before it even arrived. Meanwhile, Erika's online presence became a crime scene. Social media users zoomed in on old videos where she corrected Charlie mid-sentence. The internet resurfaced clips where he paused, looked at her, and changed direction entirely. People analyzed her tone, her gestures, her comments. Every moment she stood behind him like a shadow pulling invisible strings. And while the public tore their dynamic apart pixel by pixel, Charlie vanished completely. No posts, no speeches, no sudden "I'm fine, guys" live stream, nothing. Insiders claim he went off-grid inside a close family circle, shut out from both work and public appearances. Not for privacy, not for strategy, for safety. Because if the second recording leaked, if the name got out, If the truth detonated, Charlie's reputation wouldn't be the only casualty. There would be political casualties, social casualties, career casualties. A whole chain of people could fall. That's when the panic intensified. Anonymous sources began leaking frantic messages allegedly from staffers. If the clip drops, it's over. We're being told to prepare for contingencies. Someone high up is petrified about the name, she says. Theories multiplied like digital locusts. Some claimed it was a politician. Others swore it was a high-ranking operative. A few insisted it was someone inside the organization itself, someone who had far more to lose than Charlie ever did. Then came the most shocking rumor of all. The person in the recording knew exactly what Erika was doing. Not only knew, allegedly approved, encouraged, possibly orchestrated. Suddenly, the internet wasn't just dissecting Erika. It was dissecting everyone who had ever stood beside her. As the confusion grew, so did the outrage. Half the internet demanded Erika respond. The other half swore she was too powerful to answer. Some defended her fiercely, claiming the leaks were fabricated. Others dragged her name through every comment section like she invented manipulation. It didn't help when a screenshot allegedly from someone close to her leaked a chilling message that read, "They were never supposed to hear the second recording. Never supposed. Not it's fake, not it doesn't exist. Just they weren't supposed to hear it." That one line ignited another wave of chaos. Comment sections became battlegrounds. Reaction channels hit peak view counts. Twitter Spaces ran all night with thousands of people screaming theories like amateur detectives with too much caffeine and not enough sleep. On the other side of the storm, Charlie's parents went completely silent. The very people who ignited the entire scandal went dark. No more private messages. No more insider comments. Not even a whisper. According to sources, they were advised no, pressured to stop talking about the situation altogether, which only made the internet more suspicious. If the parents were quiet, if Charlie disappeared, if Erika went ghost, if TPUSA locked down, if staffers panicked, then the looming question became unavoidable: what exactly was on that second recording? One insider finally gave a hint. In a private audio message that leaked within minutes, they whispered the most chilling description yet. The last 20 seconds change everything. Not embarrassing, not awkward, not marital drama, everything. Another source said you can hear Charlie's parents gasp at the same moment, like they just realized the scandal wasn't about Erika controlling one man. It was about the possibility of something far larger manipulating an entire system. But the part that made the internet lose its collective mind wasn't the gasp. It wasn't the panic. It wasn't even the implied conspiracy. It was the final line Erika allegedly says. Sources claim it's a sentence so explosive, so revealing, and so deeply connected to the mysterious third person that releasing it would ignite a political wildfire no one could contain. The internet begged for clues. They begged for initials. They begged for voice leaks, for name drops, for anything. The burner account returned one last time with a message that felt more like a prophecy than a leak. The first line of the recording explains the plan. The last line reveals the name. And the name is the reason everyone is terrified. Then the account vanished, deleted, gone. No one knows who ran it. No one knows how they knew so much. No one knows if they disappeared voluntarily or were made to disappear. Now the scandal sits on a knife's edge. A vault of evidence allegedly exists. A recording allegedly exists. A name allegedly exists. One move, one leak, one person slipping up, and the entire conservative landscape could flip upside down. Because according to insiders, the name isn't just someone influential. It's someone whose downfall would send shockwaves across every platform, every network, every organization connected to Charlie. And that's why the biggest question of all still remains unanswered. Is Erika the puppeteer? Or is she just another puppet? And there you have it, the scandal the internet cannot stop dissecting, the whispers that won't stay quiet, and the recording everyone is terrified to hear. We're talking vaults, leverage, hidden names, secret alliances, political puppetry. and a marriage that looks less like love and partnership and more like a full-blown psychological hostage situation wrapped in pastel Instagram filters. But now it's your turn to weigh in, because this story is splitting the entire internet down the middle. Do you think Charlie is a victim crushed under someone else's agenda? Or was he willingly playing along until the receipts piled to hide? Do you think Erika is the mastermind, or is she just the front-facing piece of a much bigger strategy? And most importantly, who do you think that mysterious third name belongs to? Drop your wildest theories below, because you know the comment section is where the real chaos happens. Before you leave, smash that like button like it owes you child support. Hit subscribe like you're blowing the whistle on a cover-up. And turn on notifications so fast your phone thinks you're panicking, because when the next leak drops, you're gonna want to be here first. We break stories that others are too scared to touch. We dig through the whispers, the vaults, the screenshots, and the anonymous insider chaos that keeps this entire scene shaking. And trust me, after the kind of name that might be hiding in that second recording, this saga isn't close to finished. Not even a little. This is where scandals spark, secrets unravel, and reputations evaporate faster than political loyalty during an election year. I'll see you in the next breakdown. This is Scandal Spark. And the fire is just beginning.